Invincible is a great series. All great series bring something into the culture. Breaking Bad, for example, one of the greatest shows of all time, made America's favorite pastime cool again. Invincible, on the other hand, brought us the great bounce edits with funk music, slow plus reverb. One of those songs that are so good that even if you did drop your phone in that little crevice on your bed and it was playing non-stop to the point where it gets you infuriated, you're still grooving. Some of the edits are of the Invincible War, a very shocking part of the Invincible series around in Season 3, where a bunch of different iterations of Mark Grayson, who is Invincible, from different dimensions came to Earth to cause as much damage and death as possible. My favorite spin on those edits is the SpongeBob variant, coming down to destroy Bikini Bottom and other towns that we've seen throughout the show's history. We get to see all the variants of SpongeBob. Doodlebob, Abrasive Bob, Emperor Bob, and many others that we're going to get into today. Obviously, there are so many variants of SpongeBob that if we were going to get into all of them today, this video would be way too long, so
start digging in your butt, twin.
What?
Let me know if you guys want me to make a part 2 by hitting that like button and letting me know in the comments which ones you guys want to see. But today, we are going to be delving into all the known variants of SpongeBob. Not all, but again, some. Part 2. Analyzing their documented feats and abilities from across series. We'll examine their speed, strength, durability, and unique powers to determine where each one stands in a power spectrum. Let's explore the true extent of SpongeBob's various forms. Our journey today begins with the most fundamental, yet deceptively capable form, his base. But beneath the surface of his cheerful demeanor and everyday antics lies a foundation of surprising strength and resilience. It's crucial to establish a baseline. Just what is the raw inherent power of our standard SpongeBob? We're going to examine his more impressive feats and inherent abilities, all shown within the documented show's canon. So let's quantify his base form. SpongeBob possesses an astonishing and diverse array of powers, often blurring the lines between reality and cartoon physics. He demonstrates self-sustenance, thriving in any environment, and boasts low godly immortality and regeneration, instantly recovering from vaporization or being cut in half, making him virtually unkillable. This is complemented by enhanced healing and longevity, allowing him to instantly recover stamina and implying a lifespan of millennia. His physical capabilities include incredible acrobatics, bodily weaponry, plasticity, and enhanced senses that can detect subsonic particles or even details 20,000 leagues away. SpongeBob's innate qualities provide numerous hacks abilities. These include incorporability. Bro can't make a corporation, bro can't start a business.
Is a combination.
We're all out. You're a get the out of here.
Toon Force, breaking the fourth wall, Hammer Space, and Broadway Force, literally making concepts real through song. His mobility extends to flight, various forms of bodily control and shapeshifting, and size manipulation. He exhibits limited water manipulation and powerful absorption abilities, growing stronger as he absorbs. He can perform duplication, telepathy, dream manipulation, astral projection, pocket reality, and spatial manipulation, and summoning. He even possesses... Okay, we get it. SpongeBob is correct. Mainly because he's a cartoon character. Cartoon characters kind of do that. They're wacky. They can kind of just assume whatever role is needed. And yes, I grabbed those all from Battle Wiki. They basically list out a crazy array of things he's able to do. I didn't even list all of it. This is a pretty long series, and again, it's a cartoon series, so he ends up doing pretty insane stuff. So in order to actually power scale him, we kind of have to, put certain things into perspective. I first want to explain what attack potency is. His powers get pretty confusing and wacky. I want to explain how we're actually getting these numbers like universal or planetary and all that. So if you already know how attack potency works, you can skip to this part of the video. If you're already on game, 100 million IQ soldier, you can get to 100 billion jillion IQ points if you are subscribed. I can give you the billion jillion IQ point badge if you're subscribed. Other than that, you just get a merit badge for watching the video, and I appreciate it. So, what is attack potency? Attack potency measures the concentrative destructive power behind a single attack, or the maximum amount of damage a character can output to a specific target. It is about the quantity of the force and not necessarily the scope of the destruction. Think of it this way. If a character can punch through a steel wall, their AP, or attack potency, would be steel wall level. If they can punch through a mountain, their AP would be mountain level. It's about what you can directly hit and what you can accomplish, regardless of how wide the area of effect is. The reason we break this down is because a character with high AP, or attack potency, could potentially destroy a planet, but might only be able to apply that power to a single point, like punching a villain, rather than blowing up the entire planet. Right? That's why you get that kind of confusing, oh, if Goku and Vegeta could blow up a planet, why isn't it that every time they fight, the planet just explodes? It's because, again, their attack potency or the concentration of their power is universal, or is planetary, or is whatever metric you want to do. Another thing that's commonly used is DC, or destructive capacity. This measures the total amount of force or energy a character can produce to destroy an area or a structure. It's about the quantity of the scope of destruction. Think of it this way. If a character attack level can destroy an entire city block, their DC, or destructive capacity, would be city block level. Works very similarly to attack potency. A good analogy to think of it would be AP would kind of be like a potent laser that can cut through almost everything, even a diamond, but only at a tiny little point. And DC is like a bomb that kind of blows up an entire building and see how much force that can do, but might not be able to destroy a diamond. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because I wanted to explain how creation feats fit into attack potency. It's pretty fascinating, actually. In power scaling, if a character can create something of a certain scale, they're often considered to possess the attack potency at the same level. The logic is this. To create vast spaces like starry skies and galaxies or even a universe, a character must implicitly exert or control the energy and matter required to form such a structure. The amount of energy and power needed to spontaneously generate a functional cosmos, even a pocket one, is immense. That's important to keep in mind because, again, some of these feats get a little wacky. So it's hard to pinpoint his exact strength and power, and I'll tell you why. SpongeBob's imaginative capabilities are not mere daydreams. They possess tangible, reality-altering power. He can create and destroy dreams and imaginations that are consistently shown to be real and interactable through his subjective reality. These mental constructions can become vast enough to house starry skies in the background, implying the scale of the grand astronomical level. Even more profoundly, SpongeBob physically constructed Clarinet Land, a pocket dimension large enough to contain space filled with stars and a nebula. When SpongeBob created Clarinet Land, he was demonstrating control over fundamental forces and energy on the scale equivalent to destroying something of that size. He's not just making illusions, he's manifesting these celestial bodies. The power to build galaxies from nothing implies the inherent power to affect or destroy a galaxy. He can even destroy his own brain, which itself holds a pocket dimension featuring a starry sky and a sun. Since we can pretty fairly put him in galaxy level, I want to show a couple hacks abilities that SpongeBob possesses that even push him further beyond galaxy level. The most terrifying reality bending ability SpongeBob has is a simple manipulation through strings. SpongeBob has demonstrated the power to erase an entire Milky Way galaxy and subsequently the rest of the universe. This hack's ability allows him to ignore conventional durability, meaning even beings of immense toughness can be undone by this simple, absurd act. When it comes to speed, SpongeBob SquarePants demonstrates astonishing capabilities, scaling massively faster than light. This incredible velocity is evidenced by his ability to react to the string pull feat that we explained before. He destroyed it so fast and it reacted to the entire thing, he would have to be massively faster than light to even perceive that. But this is not the only feat where he shows his immense speed. He was shown to be able to keep pace with characters like Patrick, who were able to run to the sun and back in seconds, and was able to create parallel universes pretty quickly. Furthermore, SpongeBob can match Sandy Cheeks, who traveled from the moon to Saturn in just 2 seconds. He has repeatedly run around the entirety of the Doodle dimension within seconds, and briefly outran lasers from Bubbles the dolphin. These feats collectively place SpongeBob into the echelon of speed that vastly exceeds conventional understanding, showcasing his ability to operate at cosmic velocities. Durability. This is probably SpongeBob's most impressive stat. SpongeBob is not only indestructible, he is immortal, and he has many hacks-based resistances that he demonstrates throughout the show. Some of these resistances are, and this gets a little long, so I'll probably skip it. Messed it up already. Mind, telepathy, morality, and memory manipulation resistances. He exhibits cosmic awareness and plot manipulation immunity. His body defies conventional physics with transmutation resistances, shapeshifting, and age manipulation. He's immune to regeneration, negation, corrosion, matter, fear, fragrance, death, blood, and bone manipulation. He also withstands extreme temperatures, ice, fire, light, data, black holes, radiation, reality warping, quantum, social influencing, purification, biological corruption, disease, electricity, poison, and sound manipulation. Yes, 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 he is cracked and impossible to kill. Despite the apparent inconsistencies, SpongeBob SquarePants is an entity of true bewildering power, possessing an insane arsenal of hacks abilities that casually manipulate reality, existence, and even fundamental laws of physics. However, the more perplexing aspect of SpongeBob's strength is the extreme inconsistency. He can be galactic level one moment and struggling with a simple task the next. I have a theory. No. I have a theory. SpongeBob himself is largely unaware of the true extent of his powers. He doesn't consciously wield these reality-bending capabilities like a wizard or some superhero. Instead, his imagination is so potent and his belief is so absolute that he simply meets whatever threshold of power or ability is needed for the specific challenge he faces, spontaneously generating the necessary hacks without truly understanding the cosmic implication. His various variants aren't just costumes, they are personas he embraces, unknowingly acting as a filter that focus and unleash specific aspects of his otherwise unbounded imaginary power. Now that we went over the extensive list of his abilities, we have a baseline of how strong and powerful the variant SpongeBobs are. History whispers tales of tyrants like Nero, whose reigns were marked not by just cruelty, but by the chilling delight in suffering of others. Profound sadism that transformed power into a tool of torment. Such monstrous impulses usually confined to the darkest corners of human history. SpongeBob's boundless imaginary power is channeled through a singular warped focus. It can birth something truly terrifying. That brings us to the chilling manifestation of his darker potential, Abrasive Bob. Abrasive Bob is the embodiment of pure irritation and malevolence. Emerged from SpongeBob episode Abrasive Side, this variant isn't just rude. He is sentient, independent aspect of SpongeBob, unleashed from a mysterious abrasive side of him. His true existence is designed to repel, to grate, to inflict discomfort. Abrasive SpongeBob is the antithesis of everything regular SpongeBob stands for. He is cruel, self-serving, and derives evident pleasure from the distress of others. His personality is one of relentless negativity, devoid of empathy, and driven by the perverse desire to push boundaries and inflict emotional pain. He embodies pure, unadulterated sadism, finding amusement in the anguish of those around him. What's truly terrifying about Abrasive Bob is that we never really witness the true limits of his destructive potential. For the entirety of his existence, his goal wasn't physical obliteration. Instead, he dedicated his immense reality-bending powers to meticulously dismantle SpongeBob's life, systematically taking away the very thing that means the most to him, his friends. He reveled in the despair of SpongeBob as he drove Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs away, just for the sheer sadistic fun of it. Imagine then the raw, unfocused power of base SpongeBob, capable of moving galaxies and erasing universes with mere thoughts. If you were to truly get in Abrasive Bob's way, he would undoubtedly go for the kill. But rest assured, death would be no mercy. He would first inflict a calculated, prolonged torment, savoring every moment of his victim's suffering. This variant represents the ultimate nightmare, unbounded power wielded by a truly wicked imagination. Emperor Bob. From the depths of the ocean to the very fabric of reality, there exist artifacts of immense, near omnipotent power. When the pure, uninhibited imagination of SpongeBob merges with such a relic, the result is truly godlike. Behold the terrifying form of Emperor Bob. SpongeBob wielding King Neptune's legendary trident. Emperor Bob is not just a power-up due to King Neptune's trident. It's a distinct persona, one that was shown in the SpongeBob movie to make him believe that he is a man. SpongeBob's perception of what a true man is based off of the villain we see in the movie, acting rashly, violently, and pursuing his aims with no mercy. When he gains command of King Neptune's trident, this ancient artifact is not merely a weapon. It is a conduct for fundamental forces, granting the wielder dominion over existence itself. Much like the magic pencil, the trident operates on the cosmic scale, bending reality to its will. Here are some of the extraordinary powers Emperor SpongeBob commands through the divine instrument. The trident imbues Emperor SpongeBob with raw magical prowess, allowing him to create potent energy constructs for attacks and defense. Elemental domination. He holds absolute control over fundamental elements, capable of shooting devastating fire from the trident, freezing targets in solid ice, and commanding electricity to strike them. Instantaneous healing. His wounds would heal instantly as soon as he possesses the trident, demonstrating its regenerative properties. Mind and morality manipulation. A truly terrifying ability. Emperor Bob could directly manipulate minds and even alter fundamental moralities when he wishes Mr. Krabs to no longer care about money and completely change his greedy nature. Telekinesis. He can effortlessly lift and move massive objects with his mind, temporal control. The trident can rewind the personal time of objects, reversing the state as demonstrated with the ice cream truck. Transmutation. Perhaps one of the most direct forms of reality manipulation. Emperor Bob could transmutate beings and objects at will, able to turn Mr. Krabs into a human and then back into a crab. Reality creation and life manipulation. The trident allows for spontaneous creation such as conjuring ice cream geysers and making grass grow from nothing. Even more profoundly, he can instill life, turning inanimate objects into aggressive sentient monsters. Wish granting. As Neptune's primary tool, the trident grants wishes, allowing Emperor Bob to impose his desires directly into reality. Probably the most cracked ability. In essence, Emperor Bob, with his new mindset and multiversal level reality warping through the sheer power of the trident, his true threat lies not just in destructive potential, but the ability to fundamentally alter reality, minds, and even the laws of physics, making him an almost unstoppable force with a touch of divine authority. From the dawn of time, mythology speak of gods who shape worlds with mere thought, and mischievous spirits who brought chaos through unpredicted creation. What happens when the SpongeBob's ultimate power and the ability to manifest imagination into reality falls into the hands of the cruel, untamed impulse? Doodlebob. Doodlebob, the mischievous manifestation, first scribbled into existence in the iconic episode Frankendoodle. He is not a variant born of rage or pride, nor a mere persona of SpongeBob. Instead, Doodlebob is a truly separate entity, a two-dimensional drawing brought to sentience by SpongeBob's very own magic pencil. The origin immediately places him within the highest tiers of reality-bending abilities, directly leveraging SpongeBob's most fundamental hacks, the power to create. Doodlebob is largely driven by primal, almost childlike impulses. A desire to create, yes, but also to destroy, to cause mischief, and to relentlessly pursue his own simple aims. He's violent, unpredictable, and lacks any discernible moral compass beyond his immediate whims. His destructive tendencies aren't driven by malice, like Abrasive Bob, but out of chaotic, almost primal urge to draw and then experience the consequences, no matter how destructive. More importantly, Doodlebob is perceived to be extremely bloodlusted. If you anger him, he will relentlessly pursue you, going straight for the kill. The magic pencil in itself is a weapon of terrifying capability. It grants the wielder not just the power of creation, allowing anything drawn to become instantly real, but also the horrifying ability to negate durability and erase from existence with a simple stroke. Doodlebob does not need to punch a galaxy. He can simply erase one out of existence, or draw a new one into being. What truly solidifies Doodlebob's frightening status is his own unique resiliences. Even after being completely erased, reduced to nothing but a single arm, he incredibly retained his consciousness. This suggests he inherited some of SpongeBob's unprecedented, highly potent hacks abilities, allowing him to persist and function even at minimal fragments. Imagine the unbounded, inhabilitated imagination of SpongeBob, divorced from any sense of restraint or consequence, given a tool that makes every fleeting thought into immediate, tangible reality, all within a bloodthirsty, unyielding entity.
You wanna see me do it again?
there you have it. Some of the most powerful variants of SpongeBob. But there are far, far more. I didn't even talk about probably one of the most overpowered. But, again, we can leave that for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching this video. It's probably a little long, because just the recording here I'm looking was, damn, 40 minutes. Jesus. I don't want to edit this. But I will for you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you think I was capping. Tell me if you think I'm crazy. I appreciate it. Bye.